Time now for What's Hot. This is where we talk about the stories that have everybody talking.
We are joined today by Klein from Boelter+Lincoln. Jeff Wagner back with us this afternoon. The Green Bay Police Union says the officer caught on cell phone video making an aggressive arrest acted in a legal and justifiable manner. Derek Wickland was taped in an incident arresting a 29-year-old man. That video shows Wickland pushing and scuffling with the man. Did the officer use excessive force?
Okay, I get accused of being pro-police to the extreme, and I think it's because of my background. I appreciate that I try to give people who are doing a very difficult job the benefit of the doubt. I will tell you, you watch this video, and I don't think it is possible to conclude that this was not excessive force. This is a guy who comes up and says, "Why are you arresting him?" You have the officer who grabs him, he slams him up against the car, he puts him on the ground, starts throwing haymakers, and I don't see this man resisting arrest at all. I understand the police union is defending him, even though they acknowledge that the video looks bad. Yeah, this looks real bad.
Well, and it's also hard to tell, too, because we only see what's in the video. We don't know what happened before. We don't know what happened after the video had stopped. So we're only getting this, very segmented portion of the story. And I agree, it looks very brutal and it looks very inappropriate, and it feels like several lines are crossed. So, I guess I would like a little bit more information before having a firm stance on it.
I just don't see a guy resisting arrest. I mean, my understanding is they're outside, it's bar time, they're outside. One of this guy's buddies has a can of beer or something, not supposed to have him, and that guy's getting arrested. This guy goes up and says, "Hey, why are you arresting him?" And then it's off to the races. Now, let me just say one other thing. Okay, I'm told over the weekend some of these concealed carry, these open carry kooks, the folks that walk around the farmers markets with the AR-15s, they're going to stage a protest like at 2 in the morning bar time on like Saturday night, Sunday morning. The last darn thing that Green Bay needs is a bunch of people carrying AR-15s, walking the streets at bar time. My advice, stay away.
Yeah.
To Katie's point, we don't know what happened before that altercation started on the video we saw there. But, we've been through this with Milwaukee police. There are these things called targeted blows, focus strikes, everyone to call them. Now, this was a cop throwing a guy down on his back and taking swings at his face. It didn't look like anything that I've seen defended before.
And if he's not resisting.
Yeah, see, that's what struck me. I don't see a guy struggling. I don't see somebody fighting, and I appreciate the way the rules say, okay, you can use escalating force. I don't see this guy using force to resist in the first place, and I think they've got a lot of explaining to do, and I'm as pro-law enforcement as they come.
All right, coming up next, we reveal the viewer's choice topic of the day.
And Brian Goddard back with another look at the forecast, the weekend, and next week.
But this is pretty.
Yes. For What's Hot. Don't say that. And our viewer's choice topic of the day.
Again, we're joined by Klein and Jeff Wagner from 620 WTMJ. The viewers chose this. It's not just the new Milwaukee Bucks owners thinking big, also some community leaders when it comes to building a new downtown arena. They believe an arena will attract new hotels, restaurants, bars, housing, retail. Do you think a new arena will be good for the local economy?
I love the idea. I think it's a step in the right direction for Milwaukee. I think we're on this very slow path of revitalization. We've got a new NML building coming in. There's so many other changes to Milwaukee. This is just right in line with it. Does it have a hefty price tag? Of course, but as does everything else, there's always a price to pay. I love the idea, and I want to see it get done.
I don't mean to be the Debbie Downer on this, but I'm also the reality guy. Okay, I remember going to basketball games and the Bucks played at the Milwaukee Arena. The places around the Milwaukee Arena, Major Goolsby's, the Hyatt, the Turners, those are still the places that are there going back to when there was the arena. If we want to have an argument about, gee, do we need to keep the Bucks? Do we need to have the downtown facility? That's great. I think this idea, though, that we're going to suddenly have all this incredible development that comes up in the area, that just isn't going to happen. It hasn't happened in the past. People go to the Bradley Center, they park, they go in, they eat, they have a couple beers, they get in their cars, they drive home.
See, but the area around there is changing. Have you driven up Water Street lately? There are like three more apartment buildings about to go up there. That's going to be another 400 or 500 young people living within walking distance of this area.
Okay, but that's Water Street, and then I admit you've got some stuff on the on 3rd Street, but then you've got
it's all starting to close in.
It's not that far away, though.
Okay,
and we're thinking long term, Jeff. We're not thinking in the blink of an eye.
I just remember, look, this is the argument I heard with Grand Avenue. We build Grand Avenue, and it's going to be this huge development that's going to be there. I'm just telling you, I've been around here for a long time. I keep hearing this. If you want to keep the team, that's great. That's the argument. But my guess is you build this new facility. If you think it's going to be suddenly this huge entertainment district, I just don't see where those people are coming from.
Well, maybe it's time for some fresh and energetic thinking and not enough of this old type thinking
But it just
mentality.
doesn't work. But
You don't
okay,
know
Katie,
that.
But well, it hasn't worked in the past.
You don't know what's going to happen next year in 10 years.
Well, okay, but all I can say is if the past is any predictor, it hasn't worked. You built the Bradley Center. There's been no development around the Bradley Center. You've got that bar that's across 3rd Street or 4th Street. They can't even keep a place in there because there's not enough business. I mean,
I'm a cup half full type of girl, so I'm going to remain positive on this.
Let's go to our lightning round. University of South Florida students, you're not going to be allowed to take the
What?
selfie
Oh, man.
during graduation. If students get caught taking a selfie, the university says they will face disciplinary actions and their degree will be withheld. This is when you're going up to get the degree.
Across the
president
stage.
of the university is
Gotcha.
handing you the diploma. That's a no-no.
I can get not doing it on the stage.
Yeah, I can support that idea because you're kind of clogging the flow of traffic and there's a lot of people to get through and everybody wants their picture taken. But don't ban the selfies altogether, especially if you're sitting there waiting for your diploma. What else are you going to do?
okay, see, now here's where I'm going to be the modern guy. I think this is a silly rule. I mean, there's a Jimmy Buffett song called You're Never Going to Work in This Business Again. I'm saying to these graduates, what are they really going to do? You've graduated. You're walking across the stage.
They're going to
you
withhold
haul
your
out the
diploma.
well, what do you mean they're going to withhold your diploma? You've already graduated, so you don't get the piece of paper. I mean, and if they say, okay, we're not going to give you credit for graduating, I want to be the lawyer that has part of that lawsuit.
Yeah,
I'd say go ahead.
I think those are probably empty threats
Right.
to
Take on the
deter
man.
people.
Stand up to the man. Take your selfie.
Let's say they build a new arena, Jeff, and right across the street is a Jimmy Buffett themed bar.
You're putting the Margaritaville there?
Yeah, Margaritaville or Cheeseburgers in Paradise,
He will have
whatever
his
they want
own
to call
chair.
it.
You would be
You are going to have
his
to
own
eat
bar
so
stool.
much
Okay,
crow.
but you no, you don't understand.
Now I'm bound
if
to make
put
it happen.
They put a Margaritaville anywhere around here, and that's going to happen.
He's got
I mean,
his own bar
don't
stool.
ask me the last time I was in Las Vegas. Las Vegas, all these great restaurants. Don't ask me how many times I was at
All
Margaritaville,
of
Las
them.
Vegas.
Every single day, every single meal, I'm sure.
It is nice having this gang back together on Fridays.
Yes.
It's a fun mix here.
It's Friday.
I agree.
It is Friday. The What's Hot discussion will continue online. Find it at tmj4.com/hot. Thank you, everybody.